Was the worst year for a lot of us for our mental as well as physical health. So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless, and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disrupted: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance in Business, Mindset, Wellness, and Success to help you master disruption.
Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon.
She's the co-founder and chairwoman of Handel Group, an executive life coaching company. Her coaching methodology, the Handel method, is taught in over 50 universities and institutes of learning around the world, including MIT, Stanford, and NYU, just to name a few. She's the creator of Inner You, Learn to Human Better, which is something I really want to get into with you today. So I know you've coached dozens of celebrity CEOs and entrepreneurs since 2004. So you have been doing this forever. And I love the topic. Maybe it's you. So I love your direct East Coast, calling people out on their crap approach. And our topic today, we can jump into suggestions on how to be unstoppable.
Well, the first thing you have to get is how stoppable you are, right? Like you can't be unstoppable if you think you should be unstoppable and you're stopped, right? So the first thing about unstoppability is it lives on the other side of when you're stopped.
So it's like a personal responsibility kind of thing.
No, it's like wake up to the human being, right? Do you want to get out of bed? No, not unless you're going on vacation. Right? or going for some yummy breakfast, right? Like there are things you want to jump out of bed for, and then there's life, right? And so some people love what they're doing and jump out of bed, but if you're the person who doesn't jump out of bed, you're stopped. As a matter of fact, that's your chance to be unstoppable. So in a place where you're unstoppable, that's not that interesting. It's great, yeah, you, but in a place where you're stopped, this is the only place where being unstoppable is actually a breakthrough, like really being true to yourself, right? Like you need to be stopped in order to get unstoppable.
Okay.
So don't be mad that you're stopped. I have never met a human who wasn't kind of stopped somewhere.
I've been stopped. That was my inspiration too for the podcast. And definitely, I just love your whole style. So diagnosing that you're stopped is a good thing.
It's the only way to get unstoppable, right? So I don't chase down, I chase down negative inner dialogue. I chase down all the ways we are mean to ourselves, all the ways we don't believe in ourselves. Like I go straight to the dark first. And most people want to skip facing really the dark side. And then they feel terrible about themselves that they can't get through, or that they really watched one more episode last night and they were like pretending 1:15 wasn't too late to go to bed, right?
I've been there. Yeah,
we all have. That's what we all have in common. To be extraordinary, to be unstoppable that's where I love to pick up, right? My entire method is based on the truth about humans, which is we skew negative. According to science, over 80% of our thoughts are negative. Most people don't hear them. And then it's even worse. They say they're repeating from the day before. So what you think you're saying about your husband, your body, yourself, your future is like new today? No, it's the same as yesterday. It just sounds new still to you. So I go after that. And I have a very simple, obnoxious method that fixes it so fast you don't need a shrink's couch. Nothing wrong with a shrink's couch, but you don't need one.
I love it. I love action steps, and just taking action instead of lying on a couch complaining about a problem is something I'm a huge fan of. And I know you've been doing this since 2004. Do you have any hacks on how we can become unstoppable that you want to share with us?
Of course. So I think the secret sauce is to expect that you don't want to keep a promise, but you need to. My joke is I teach the promised land where you learn to keep promises to yourself. And the way I make myself keep a promise is I always put in a consequence. A consequence is not a punishment.
Right.
It's actually good for you, but it feels like a punishment to your vices or your dark side. Okay, like I'm not actually being nice to your lower self. I'm being a little shitty to your lower self. And so here's an example of one I use on me.
Okay.
I have many because I am the original jerk who needed all of this, right? And then I still need this today, or else I wouldn't be who I am today, ever. Okay,
Me too.
so
I love it.
so I wanted to meditate twice a day for 6 weeks straight. And I wanted to know what that would feel like, or what I would say, or what I would learn from that, right? There is nothing about me that actually wants to take that time out and do it twice a day. Nothing. As a matter of fact, ha ha ha. Okay, I'm not that person. I'm
You're
not the
too
one.
type A.
I'm like, really? Put the timer on and don't even check the timer. Wait till I even need a rule not to look because I'm that jerk. Okay, I do. So here, and if I do look, I have to start it over. Don't worry, I never started over. I never look, but you can hear my logic working. So here's the rule. In order for me to get my coffee in the morning, I needed to meditate. Run downstairs, put the pot on, come back up, coffee
I
after
love
meditation.
that. That would motivate me to do anything.
Lady, I need, like, you have no idea what I would do for the planet if they asked me, like, you don't get your coffee unless you do this. And I'm
That
like,
is so good. I love that
I'm
consequence. I can relate to that so much. Like, I want to know a little bit more about integrity because I know you touched upon that.
yeah.
Is there anything you want to dive deeper into about integrity?
Okay, so the first mistake with integrity is people relate to it like they have it or they don't. I have integrity. Like, I'm not going to jail. I'm a good person, right? No, no. Integrity is like a verb. You either and I care about personal integrity.
Right.
So I'm caring about your ability to keep a promise to yourself.
I love it.
As a matter of fact, that's personal integrity is you have your promises and you keep them. And what matters to you about all of life, you're true to yourself about that, right? So, and your promises align with your vision and your dreams, right? So it's simple, right? Not that simple because we break all our promises. I would, people go pick up their kid, people go meet someone for a movie, but the way you'll blow off finishing that, going to the gym, doing that, like the way you'll blow yourself off, you wouldn't have friends. Okay.
Right.
Your children would think you were sick, right? That you left them at the park, right? Like you're abusive. Most people are abusive to their own promises to themselves. So when I went after personal integrity, it was about an ability to be true to oneself and keep a promise to yourself. And that is the muscle I teach people to build as the core to fulfilling on everything in your whole life, anything. Because once you can keep a promise to yourself, then you could go, I want to go to Japan. I want to build a company. I want to have another baby. Like when you trust yourself, you're free. When you go, the reason most people don't trust themselves is because they don't keep promises to themselves and no one sees that.
Thank you
So
for that.
so that's personal integrity.
No, thank you for that. Because for me, like, I love that because you tied it into the things that you said you were going to do are tied into your main goals that you said you wanted. For me, I get a little shiny object syndrome sometimes and get away from that. So you would kick my butt all over the planet.
I only care about the things you're scared to do and matter the most to you that you can blow off. Right? So it's those things that are the extra inch that change the whole sport. Like that's I'm sorry, folks, if you're not willing to deal with where you quit, where you stop, where you blow yourself off, those dreams that you have that are not predictable for you to get, you're never going to get, right? But if you'll start keeping promises to yourself, you'll lose the weight, you'll move careers, you'll have more sex with your husband, right? Right? If you'll deal with your own shit.
I love that. And the last question I have for you is two-part question. Really, I want to know about your topic of how to human better, and then just for you to go ahead and fill us in on anything else you want our audience to know.
Okay. So the biggest misconception I think humans actually have about themselves is not only do they think they know themselves so well, no, it's repeating and you're telling yourself the same thing. And no, not unless you actually it's not true. You can change, you can develop yourself. Like, I don't believe people are stuck, right? So one lie is people walk around like they're stuck and they can't change, and it's not true. And so that matters the most to me, is that all I want a person to do is start to dream and believe in themselves. And that I care about. And I believe it's latent in everyone. Like, it's sitting there in the 12 areas of life. You should be dreaming, and people don't know how. And then, so when I talk about humaning better, I want the word human to not be some fixed, like, I'm human. That means I don't evolve. That means that, like, I don't know what anyone thinks human means, but I want it to be a verb. And I want you to realize that the human race, you as a human, are way more evolving if you relate to yourself like you are, versus you relate to yourself like, I know myself, I've always been this way. Oh, I'm never good at that. I'm good at this. I don't do that. I don't. Like, we're so busy labeling ourselves, pretending we're not, that we never have to do work where we're humaning better, which is the point of being alive. We came to be humans. Let's human our best.
I love it. I love the way you don't accept any excuses from people like, these are just my thighs. I was born with them, and things like that.
No, the only place I really do give a pink slip, like a pass, is there really is mental illness. There really are illness, like, I think mental illness and physical illness belong in the same category of there really are handicaps, right? Right. So a dyslexic person is really going to write like that, right? So I do believe there are limitations,
Right.
but I don't know if I believe in the limitations on those limitations, right? Like, I don't know what, but I really think we get stuck and believe it, and that's a lie.
So we can do anything if we put our mind to it.
I knew a woman, one of my all-time favorite stories. She wins the poster child of the year, like one of the years, where she was dying to have a child. She was married 4 or 5 years. The guy she married, when she married him, she didn't want children. So he wasn't a jerk when he said he didn't want any more, right? He had one, he didn't want any more. And she woke up and she, like, deeply knew she wanted one, was decently happy in her marriage, and calls me like, what should I do? And I'm like, we're out of here. You weren't that happy anyway. We're out of here. She's like, but I'm 39. I'm like, we better hurry. Fuck, you're right. I believe in dreams, and I believe in majesty in the world. Like, I'm sorry, if you don't want to believe me, I'll go to the end of the earth with you, and we're having a baby. I got it. Okay. I know no one believed me, but believe me, this is a true story. So she separates, has a nice separation, and we're now, like, in the first 6 months, and I tell her she has to start telling everyone what happened, and she's dating and she wants a family. You just start speaking it, lady. Like, just tell everybody your dream. Who knows what'll happen? We're gonna have to start dating soon, right? And guess what happened? She teaches. She's a big deal lady. She literally announces it to one of her classes and gets a text at the end of the class that a man, great man, she's with now, had a baby with him, texts her after, like, I cannot believe you're, how do I get on a date with you?
Oh,
and
my
he
God.
was like, am I allowed to date? Like, Lauren, am I allowed to go straight? Like, is this allowed to happen fast? Like, and I was like, oh, girl, go. Right. And she, like, that was 3 years ago. She's working on her second baby now.
Oh,
Like,
I love that.
Like, she got divorced, married, and pregnant. And I literally mean within 8 months. And it wasn't like that's possible, humans.
I
That's what,
love that.
right? So that's where I believe in humans.
Lauren Zander, you are amazing. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Handel Group, Lauren Zander. I've been doing this over 20 years. All roads lead. If you can even half write my name, you can find all of my stuff. And the main way to get my work without really spending a lot of money is I have my courses that have classes and everyone comes together digitally, has been for years, on Inner You, which you should put in your show notes. And so you can get all my content about Inner You life, Inner You love, and Inner You career. And I also have Inner You student, no cursing, and examples for younger people.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. You are amazing and unstoppable and the no BS queen.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for joining me at Whole CEO with Lisa G. This episode is brought to you by Boise Wine. Boise Wine is certified biodynamically farmed so that it's more organic, and it's one of my favorites, this bottle by Boise and John Legend Sparkling French Rosé. Join me in my wine society. Click on the website below to get a 20% discount when you become a member.